Most men grow up believing a lie that quietly destroys their love life. Be kind, be available, always be there. And if you do that long enough, the right woman will eventually choose you. But look around. That's not what's actually happening. You've seen men who try less, care less, and somehow get more attraction. Meanwhile, the guy who does everything right keeps getting ignored, friend-zoned, or slowly pushed away. That feels unfair. But it isn't random. The truth is simple and uncomfortable. Attraction does not follow logic. It follows emotion and subconscious psychology. Women don't fall for the man who sacrifices the most. They fall for the man who makes them feel something powerful. You can be loyal, supportive, and emotionally available, and still be invisible if you don't create emotional pull. That's because desire is not built by trying harder. It's built by triggering deep psychological responses that live below awareness. No one teaches men this. Movies don't show it. Society doesn't explain it. So men keep doing what they think is right and wonder why the results keep hurting. In this video, you're going to learn the 7 emotional and attraction needs that quietly guide female desire. Not what women say they want, but what actually pulls their feelings toward a man. Once you understand this, dating stops being confusing and starts making sense. One of the biggest mistakes men make is confusing kindness with attraction. You can be supportive, you can be respectful, you can be emotionally available, and a woman can still feel nothing romantic toward you. Why? Because being nice makes her feel comfortable, but being desired makes her feel alive. Women don't want to be treated like fragile glass on a shelf. They want to feel chosen, wanted, and emotionally pulled toward a man who knows what he feels. The difference between attraction and friendship is energy. A man who looks at her with confidence, who holds eye contact, who speaks slowly and calmly, and who is not afraid to show interest creates a completely different emotional experience. That doesn't mean being intense or needy. It means being grounded in your own value. There is a huge difference between "I need you to like me" and "I like you and I'm not afraid to show it." Neediness pushes women away. Calm desire pulls them closer. When a woman feels that a man genuinely wants her, not to fill a hole in his life but because he chooses her, something switches on inside her. That feeling of being wanted is deeply powerful, and it's one of the strongest foundations of attraction. One of the fastest ways to lose attraction is to become completely predictable. When a woman knows exactly what you will say, how you will respond, and that you will always be available no matter what, emotional excitement slowly fades, not because she's bad, but because the human brain is wired to ignore what it already understands. Attraction grows in the space between what is known and what is uncertain. That's why mystery is powerful. And mystery does not come from playing games. It comes from having a full life. When you have goals, interests, and a purpose that matters to you, your energy changes. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are moving forward. Some days you're deeply present with her. Other days you're focused on your own path. That emotional rhythm keeps curiosity alive. A woman doesn't fall for a man because he is always there. She falls for the man who has something meaningful going on and chooses to include her. That's what makes connection feel exciting instead of heavy. When your life has depth, your presence feels valuable, and that's what makes her want more. Many men believe that agreeing with everything will make a woman feel safe. In reality, it slowly makes attraction disappear. When you never challenge, never express your own opinions, and never stand your ground, a woman doesn't feel emotionally stimulated. She feels like she's talking to a mirror. Respect grows when a man has his own thoughts, values, and boundaries. When you calmly say, "I see that differently," you are not creating conflict. You are showing identity. Women are not attracted to men who seek approval. They are attracted to men who are comfortable being themselves. That doesn't mean being rude or confrontational. It means being honest with calm confidence. A man who can hold his ground emotionally signals stability, and emotional stability is deeply attractive. It tells her that when things get difficult, you won't collapse, panic, or disappear. You'll stay centered. That quiet strength builds both respect and desire, and without respect, attraction cannot survive. Attraction is not built through endless talking. It is built through presence. The way you look at her when she speaks, the pauses you allow in conversation, the calm confidence in your voice. When a woman feels that you are truly there with her, not distracted, not nervous, not rushing, something emotional starts to grow. That feeling is called emotional tension. It's the subtle energy that makes a moment feel meaningful instead of ordinary. Silence can create it. Eye contact can create it. Slow, intentional movement can create it. When you don't rush to fill every quiet moment, it allows emotion to rise. This is what separates romance from friendship. Friends talk a lot. Attraction feels deeper, quieter, and more intense. When a woman feels seen, felt, and emotionally noticed, her interest naturally deepens. Not because you forced it, but because you allowed space for it to exist. And that space is where attraction grows. One of the fastest ways to lose attraction is to make a woman the center of your life. When you cancel everything for her, when you are always waiting for her reply, when your mood depends on her attention, she doesn't feel loved. She feels responsible, and responsibility kills romance. Women are drawn to men who are already whole, men with goals, men with passions, men who are building something meaningful. When your life is full, your presence feels valuable. A woman doesn't want to be your entire world. She wants to be part of a world that already has direction. That's what creates emotional safety and attraction at the same time. When she sees that you are moving forward with or without her, it changes how she feels. Now being with you becomes a choice, not an obligation, and choice is what makes desire real. When a man has his own purpose, his attention becomes powerful because it isn't desperate, it's intentional. Attraction grows when a woman feels emotionally safe, and one of the strongest ways to create that safety is through calm leadership. Leadership doesn't mean control. It doesn't mean being loud or aggressive. It means being steady. When a man can make decisions without anxiety, handle situations without panic, and move forward with quiet confidence, a woman naturally relaxes around him. She doesn't feel like she has to manage everything. She doesn't feel like she has to lead. That emotional relief is powerful. It allows her to feel more open, more playful, and more connected. Women are not drawn to men who hesitate at every step. They are drawn to men who can guide without pressure. When you know where you're going, even if it's just choosing a place to eat or planning a day, it creates emotional clarity. And emotional clarity feels safe. That safety is one of the deepest foundations of attraction. One of the most common mistakes men make is giving constant praise. Every photo is beautiful. Every opinion is amazing. Every action is perfect. At first it sounds kind, but emotionally, it becomes meaningless. When validation is unlimited, it has no value. What creates attraction is selective appreciation. When you notice something real, her intelligence, her courage, her honesty, her character, and you acknowledge it sincerely, it lands deeply because it feels earned. Women don't want empty flattery. They want to feel truly seen. When your approval is thoughtful and rare, it becomes powerful. It tells her that your words mean something. And when your words mean something, your presence means something. That's how emotional connection deepens, not through constant compliments, but through honest, meaningful recognition.